What is going on, everybody? Caveman Jack back for another album reaction / review, and we are back live from the studio. For this week's album reaction, this is an artist that needs no introduction, an incredible artist who will continue to have music that will stand the test of time forever and will continually inspire. The artist I'm checking out today is David Bowie. Now, David Bowie has some classic albums which I have not listened to. David Bowie has a unique sound, which was, like I said earlier, well ahead of its time. Minus some singles, some of the hit singles that he's had. Starman, Life on Mars, and my favorite David Bowie song, Ashes to Ashes. I haven't checked out any of his full-length projects. Now, the one I'm going to be checking out today, I need to look because it is a long one. This is The Rise and Fall of Ziggy Stardust. Okay, I'm going to try it again. This is The Rise and Fall of Ziggy Stardust and the Spiders from Mars. Bang. Got it right.
Pushing through the market square. So many mothers sighing. News had just come over. We had 5 years left crying. I heard telephones, opera house, favorite melodies. I saw boys, toys, electric irons and TVs. My brain hurt like a warehouse, it had no room to spare. I had to cram so many things to store everything in there. I never thought I'd need so many people. Girl my age went off ahead. Hit some tiny children.
Here's strings.
If the black hadn't have pulled her off, I think she would have killed them. I think I saw you in an ice cream parlor, drinking milkshakes cold and long, smiling and waving and looking so fine. Don't think you knew you were in the song. And I thought of more, and I wanted to get back there. Your face, your race, the way that you talk. I kiss you, you're beautiful. I want you to walk. We got 5 years stuck on my 5 years. What a surprise. We got 5 years. My brain hurts a lot. 5 years. That's all we got. We got 5 years. Stuck on 5 years. What a surprise. We got 5 years. My brain hurts a lot. 5 years. That's all we got.
We got 5 years. We got 5 years. 5 years. So what I really enjoyed about that song was it felt quite intimate, almost like you were reading a journal entry or almost like a revelation, almost like he's had a revelation. Like, we've got 5 years to figure this out. Crisis of sorts, and this realization, oh my gosh, like, time is fragile. I liked how the first couple of verses felt super intimate, and it just felt like you and David Bowie were in a room together and he was just singing to you. And then when it built up to the 5 years, like, it was a celebration. It felt like this huge build up to this moment, and it just played itself out. Really nice. Quite an emotive piece.
Stone love, she kneels before the grave, a brave son who gave his life to save a slogan that hovers between the headstone and her eyes, for they penetrate her grieving. Love is careless in its choosing, sweeping over cross and lately. Love descends on those defenseless. not loving.
Okay. I always get excited when we hear saxophone on the channel, because we don't get a lot of it.
Told of love, and how my God on high is all love. Though reaching up, my loneliness evolves by the blindness that surrounds him. Inspirations have I none, just to touch the flame of. All I have is my love of love, and love is not loving.
David Bowie has such a distinct voice, and it's so recognizable and so effective. That song there had a really great progression. I thought it was quite catchy. I loved the melody on it. I loved the saxophone. That was really nice there. The short and sharp placement of varying instruments that come in, do a little bit of a job, and then disappear for a bit, might come back later in the song. And I find he's got quite a unique voice that you are constantly just moving with his voice. It's like a storyteller. He feels like a storyteller in the way that he sings and wraps his voice around the melodies. But Soul Love had a really nice build, and it was satisfying. It was lovely. Great song.
I'm an alligator. I'm a mama, papa coming for you. I'm a space invader. I'll be a rock and rollin' bitch for you. Keep your mouth shut. Keep your electric on me, babe. With your ray gun to my head. Press your space nose to my love. Freak out in a Moonage Daydream, oh yeah. Make me know you really care. Make me jump into the air. Keep your electric on me,
That is
babe.
cool. What is that? A whistle? Like a trumpet in the back, or trombone.
Keep your electric
Oh, strings.
on me, babe.
Bring him out. Bring him out. Bring him out.
Freak out in a Moonage Daydream, oh yeah.
Yeah. Freak out. Freak out. Freak out. Well done. Well done. Great use of the instruments here, like such variety. Moonage Daydream. That's been by far the best song I've heard on this album so far. Both Soul Love and 5 Years, great songs, but that just felt like you were going to space. Like I felt like I was heading to space. I felt like I was in a rocket ship getting ready to go to space. And as the song progressed, we started getting more experimental with the sounds and the type of guitar licks and riffs and drum beats. Really, really catchy chorus. Overall, a really solid song. There's not many songs that I can compare that song to that I've heard. It's like David Bowie. That's David Bowie. That song is David Bowie. No shit, but it is David Bowie, if that makes sense. All right, Starman. Hey, let's sing it. Let's sing it. Hey, everyone loves this song. I'm actually keen to read the lyrics to this song. I don't think I've actually listened to them before.
Didn't know what time it was, the lights were low. Oh, oh, I leaned back on my radio. Oh, oh, some cat was laying down some rock and roll, not a soul, he said. There's a starman waiting in the sky. He'd like to come and meet us, but he thinks he'd blow our minds. There's a starman waiting in the sky. He told us not to blow it, 'cause he knows it's all worthwhile. He told me, let the children lose it, let the children use it, let all the children boogie.
I used to think it was all the children will get high, but it's let the children boogie. Now you learn something new every day, I tell ya. I've sung that wrong every year of my life.
Switch on the TV, we may pick him up on channel 2.
And Starman is just a really, really well-constructed song. Listening to it, the lyrics are tight, they're a bit quirky, they're a bit strange, but they wrap around this idea of a starman in the sky DJing to the people on Earth. I think it was interesting actually like properly listening to the varying instrumentation on that song and hearing how there's not a crazy amount to it. Obviously, the progression and the way it was made, you know, finding that sound may have been difficult. But what I like is you can hear each of the instruments and you can pinpoint what they are. You can hear the strumming and guitar. You can hear after the children will boogie line. Then it goes into like the electric guitar coming in. But that constant strumming of the acoustic guitar is prevalent throughout. You've got a simple drum beat that plays as well. You've also got these strings. You can hear all the instruments and you can pinpoint what they are, and it's good when you can do that because it just shows how sometimes you don't need every instrument ever known to man to make a good song, but it's all about where you use it and how you place it. It doesn't sound overcomplicated, this song. Just my 23-year-old thoughts on Starman, a song that is actually older than me, so by a lot. Great song. Great song. A fantastic storyteller. It goes back to this idea that David Bowie, from what I'm gathering, is such a fantastic storyteller in his music.
When you climb to the top of the mountain,
Dang.
look out over the sea. Think about the place perhaps where a young man could be. It ain't easy.
Dang.
It ain't easy. It ain't easy to get to heaven and go down.
It's like swoony kind of rock here.
People have got their problems. That ain't nothing new. Satisfaction.
I like how he brings it up for the chorus, brings it real down to the ground for these verses.
I got the love of a coochie woman, she calling from inside. It ain't easy. It ain't easy. It ain't easy to get to heaven going down.
Another song where you can listen and you can hear all the instruments. Me checking out this album is me learning about one of the greats of music. Take it back to 1970 when this album came out, or 1972, whatever year it was. These sounds, they would have sounded so rich. This for me is learning and just appreciating the legend that is David Bowie. It's very organic. The sounds are very organic, you know, and you don't hear that very often nowadays, where you hear the full instruments, you feel it being recorded, you can feel yourself in that recording studio.
People's makeup on his face. Laughed at his long black hair, his animal grace. Lady Stardust sang songs of darkness and disgrace, and he was all right. The band was all together, yes, he was all right.
That's a piano.
The boys stood upon their chairs to make their point of view. I smiled sadly for a love I could not obey. Up all night,
Real shift in feeling.
all night long.
Nice song that really showcased the piano. I don't listen to a lot of songs that you really feel, and I keep going back to it, but I haven't listened to a lot of music where I feel like the instruments feel very unfiltered. Unfiltered, and also like there's no effects on them. They feel natural in terms of the piano feels like you've just got a grand piano in the corner of a room and he's just jumped on and he started recording that. On that song, Lady Stardust, the tone shifted seamlessly just through a simple key change on the piano.
Tony went to fight in Belfast. He stayed at home to starve. I could make it all worthwhile as a rock and roll star. So inviting, so enticing to play the part. I could play the wild mutation as a rock and roll star. Get it on.
Yeah, it's got really good ways of bringing it in, bringing it back out, slowing down the pace, and then just rocketing it back into that.
The rock and roll star. So inviting, so enticing to play the part. I can play the wild mutation as a rock and roll star. Take my photograph to my honey, and I trouble like a regular superstar. I could fall asleep at night as a
Beautiful
rock and roll
breakdown.
star.
Oh,
I could fall in love alright as a rock and roll star. Rock and roll star. Rock and roll star. Just watch me now.
that was a really unique song because it felt like rocking out at the beach for a while. It felt very summery. And then, as I was saying, throughout that track, he did a really good job at just like cutting the mix completely. And then it almost felt like the song would halt or come to a pause and then back into it. I really like the outro. I really thought it was quite good how he brought it back into this slower pace. It allowed that really fast-paced song to then eventualize and seamlessly fall into a slower, nice closure. And it was pretty good. I liked how he was going that bomb, bomb, bomb. You feel that David Bowie is unique. You feel that he's got these abstract ad-libs, unique things, which, I don't know, I hear it and I go like, it's not that. At the time, it might have been a little bit more jarring for some people. But I've heard a lot of artists now that obviously took heaps of inspiration from David Bowie. So for me, it's less like, oh, this is so unique and different. I've never heard of this. it just shows me that a lot of the artists that I've listened to and have done similar things that David Bowie is presenting on these tracks, they were heavily influenced, and he created a foundation for a lot of these artists moving forward, which I think it's pretty cool when you put it in perspective like that. Real surfy.
Come to the show tonight. Bring to the light machine. But come on. We really got a good thing going. But come on. If you think we're gonna make it, better hang on to yourself. Oh!
In the last song, I talked about how there are artists that definitely took influence, and there are things that David Bowie does that I go, okay, I've already heard this from artists that have obviously been inspired by him. I must also say a lot of this album, and there are varying things that David Bowie has done on this album, much like on this song, that I've never heard, can kind of really bring his voice really close to you, and then have these really summery sounds that revolve around his voice. They feel summery, they feel happy, they give you a lot of good feelings, which is also really nice as well. Ziggy Stardust. Really good intro, really good intro.
Now Ziggy played guitar, jamming good with Weird and Gilly and the spiders from Mars. Ziggy really sang, screwed up eyes and screwed down hairdo, like some cat from Japan. He could lick 'em by smiling, he could leave 'em to hang.
Man, we're getting very different pockets on this song. I really enjoyed that song. I think what I've noticed is that the songs I have enjoyed more are the ones where we have these real experimental pockets. That song didn't seem like crazy experimental, but from this album standards, it dived into different pockets, which I really enjoyed. It was a bit rockier. It had periods where it kind of slowed itself down. It had a really nice vocal performance on it. And while I'm on the topic of Ziggy Stardust, I have a friend named Ziggy who this song like this, just the song title reminded me of him. He's currently studying in Canada. I just wanted to quickly shout out Ziggy. Ziggy, if you watch this video, I hope you're doing well, man. Like, this Ziggy guy is a legend. So I know I'm just randomly breaking up this album reaction, shouting out Ziggy, but Ziggy, you are a legend. You are a legend. I know you're doing awesome things over in Canada. So let's keep it going.
Straight
simple one. Great energy. Tough song.
Time takes a cigarette, puts it in your mouth. You pull on your finger, then another finger, then cigarette.
I like this.
Oh, 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 you're a rock and roll suicide. You're too old to lose it, too young to choose it. And the clock waits so patiently on your song. Ship breaks the snarling as you stumble across the road. But the day breaks instead, so you hurry home. Oh no, love, you're not alone. You're watching yourself, but you're too unfair. You got your head all tangled up, but a bar can only make you care. Oh no, love, you're not alone.
Oh, great song.
No matter what or who you've been,
Great song.
no matter when or where you've seen, all the knives seem to lacerate your brain. I've had my share, I'll help you with the pain. You're not alone. Just turn on with me, and you're not alone. 'Cause you're wonderful. Oh, give me a
I think Rock and Roll Suicide might be my favorite song on that album. That was beautiful. That was beautiful. The way it started, the way it felt imperfect, and then it almost kind of refined itself as the song progressed and gave this really complete, wholesome, you're not alone feeling to it. It was just so nice to just hear his voice. You know, there wasn't a lot of heavy guitar coming in. I don't know. I felt very. It felt quite emotive, that song. It was very powerful, interesting ride. First time listening to a full length David Bowie project, and I feel very, very grateful that I could do that. This guy clearly made some incredible music and was a pioneer for a lot of self-expression, a lot of unique sounds, and you know that's what I love. I love when artists can feel free and be unique and present music that they want to make. And I feel like David Bowie celebrated that idea. Not all these songs hit me and will stay with me forever, but realizing and starting to develop this idea and a appreciation and knowledge that this guy is a pioneer, it was really important. And yeah, you can hear his name here and there and everywhere, but if you don't stop and actually try take in some of his art, you miss out on a lot of learning and opportunities to see what incredible art some of these legends made. And I think that's 2023, while I will continue to look at some of, a bunch of different albums, new albums and stuff, I do want to keep going back to these legendary artists. Finally get to say that I've listened to a David Bowie project, and it was a fun ride, that's for sure. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Let me know what your favorite David Bowie album is. I may actually check out some more David Bowie. Might just be in my own personal time. But I do think this guy has got a huge, rich discography that there would be some incredible hidden gems, because I like the song, like for you guys, like I really like Ashes to Ashes. So there may be an album that's more suited to that sound that you guys might be able to recommend. But I also really, really liked Rock and Roll Suicide. I really like that stripped back sound. And if there's more music like that, I definitely want to check out more of that. But yeah, let me know what David Bowie meant to you guys. If any of you actually saw him live, let me know. I'd love to hear your experience seeing him. What was he like live? And yeah, that was the rise and fall of Ziggy Stardust and the return of, oh no, I said it wrong. That's it. I'm not even going to try it again. Hope you guys enjoyed that video. Take care, and I will see y'all in the next video. Cheers.